and I don't think you are over here on TikTok, join me here on YouTube. Greetings, 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 all here on YouTube. And thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here on YouTube. And welcome to our Sunday brunch where we are streaming live here on YouTube as well as on our subscriber only on TikTok. Thank you for being here, and we're going to get started. There's been some faux pas and some things going on, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We don't give up. We keep giving and going with the shift and with the changes and whatever is going on. So, if you are a subscriber here on TikTok, thank you so much. If you are not a subscriber and you would like to understand or know what we're about to do in our virtual Sunday brunch, please do join me here on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I'm going to grab me some fruit real quick. Good morning. I don't know why, but the chat isn't working. Huh. We're going to fix that bit. I don't know what's going on either, baby. We'll fix it. It'll work out. Oh my goodness. It's always something, y'all. It's okay. I don't know what's going on. And it really. I'm not sure what the deal is, love. If you are in, I do see that we have some people in the chat, but it says someone is saying that the chat isn't working. So just bear with me so we can see what's going on. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Despite the late start, if we have to, we will stop here and get on to TikTok. And I don't know what the deal is, so I don't know what to tell you. I see. Hey, Diana. So the chat is working? Good. We will not be defeated. Thank you, TikTok. And thank you here on YouTube. Now, it is 11:18, and that's an 11. When you add 1 plus 1 plus 8, that 3 plus, that's an 11. Perfect timing. Thank you so much for joining us for our virtual Sunday brunch. My name is Renee, and I'm Coach Renee, and your Maitre here for Sunday brunch. It is quite important that you use your imagination while you're here in our Sunday brunch and ensure that you can come on in and enjoy what the divine has prepared for you, our meal for the week coming, February 9th through the 15th. Now, that's a lot going on. There's a full moon going on in that time. You have your Valentine's Day going on, and all of the shifts and changes that are going on. We have a focus and energy for the week of the 9th through the 15th. I am so glad. Thank you, love. I am so birthday. Oh, your birthday, Maisha, is is your birthday is 818. See, you got to count up the numbers because numerology means something. Everything means something when it comes to our numbers and our symbols and all of those things that come together for our greatest good. Now, this week we are sitting at our virtual table. And our virtual table is this long, beautiful, I love to say a very thick wooden table that is decorated in the colors and the decor of the season, of the winter season, maybe snow where you are. There are beautiful snowflakes that are dangling, that are coming from the skies, from the ceilings. And we are in a place that is so welcoming and warm. And you are welcome here to Sunday Brunch. Again, my name is Renee, and I am the maitre d' of the house, and I will be serving you the divine meal that our divine chef prepares for you today. Why is the message retracted? Girl, listen, listen. I don't know what to say. I don't try it again. Whatever you put in there, it said that it retracted your message, Diana. So I don't know what that means and why that's there. And y'all just pray for me today, right? I'm gonna try to edit this the best that I can. But if I'm unable to, real things happen in real time, period. Okay. So anyway, we're in our space. Now everyone gets to sit at the table who is here to receive and also give. You cannot receive without giving, and you cannot give without receiving, right? And so a if you are a subscriber, then your readings today will be 11:11. And Diana here on YouTube says, "Oh, I wish Maisha a happy birthday, but I reread your chat and realized I misunderstood." No worries, no worries, no worries. I wish cats up here. I'm gonna learn. Don't worry about it. But I can't learn if I'm not live. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Let me see if I can put these up here. And so today, we're going to. There, can you do that? Is that it? Okay. So we pinned her message up there. I'm learning. Anyway, we're not going to get started this second. It's just enough time for you on YouTube, on TikTok to come over to YouTube. That's what it's time enough for you to do. So do that. Okay. All right. I was trying to see if I could pin your comment. Anyway, I'll figure it out. All right. We are here and we are blessed and we are highly favored. All right. So today we have a virtual lunch and it's on Sundays, and it will be this month will determine whether we will continue with it. If the participation is not what I expect or it does not pick up, then it's not going to be worth the time and effort that it takes to prepare for me. Right. But as long as you are able, or as long as I am here and you're participating, we want to make sure that we have clear focus for, excuse me, for the week to come. And on this Sunday, I've gone in, not this Sunday, but prior to this time, gone into meditation to receive which tools to use and what's the overall energy for the week and all of those things. And you will see that pre-shuffle in um, um, in my videos. So check those out. And again, the purpose is if you're not going to have spiritual help in the name of a person, if you're not going to be accountable through therapy, through coaching, counseling, or any of your supports, then make sure that you have a clear focus from the divine. We are ascending souls. We are spirits having human experiences, and it is very important that we continue to feed our spirit man so that we are able to move and groove throughout the these changing times. And so for this week, the overall energy, let's get right into it. Okay. So for, let's just say this, the past week, the first part of the month, we've been talking about working on our habits. And you can see that information in our videos, working on those things that don't require us to think because they're so involuntary. We have created behavior around those things. What are some of the habits and the things that we're doing that we should release and let go of? And we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. But this week, the focus for the week is the shift. The shift or shifting. Now, that could be a lot. The focus for the 9th through the 15th February is the shift. And I'm going to pin that. Right? Why is it the shift? Spirit says so. I don't know. But I can tell you that with everything going up, you will be able to see this divine message is going to open up for you throughout this week. You will see it open up not only in you, you will see it open up in the earth. You'll see it open up in nature. You'll see it open up in our country, because whatever happens above also happens below. As above, so below. And so now, if you would like to get notes on this and even some work that you can do during this time, you can let me know. There is a study guide that goes along with it. Now, shifting for the ascending soul, what does that mean? Shifting is necessary, and it's a sacred plan. It's a part of what is designed for us, and it creates challenges. Hey there, Empress. How are you, Haitian Empress here on TikTok? Okay, it creates opportunities for growth. It creates opportunities for awards and for profound transformations. Now, when something shifts, usually everything is already in its place. And if something shifts, it moves things out of the place that it was. So you can already realize transformation is going to happen, right? Now, remember, let's define shift. It's a conscious or energetic movement from one state to another. A conscious and energetic movement that's what we're talking about as far as the ascending souls. Sometimes we are not always conscious about what is happening, but it's creating a change in our environment, in the world, in nature, and all of these things. And so it is important that you understand that when the shift happens, if you are not in alignment, it may take you off of your square. What? Yeah, because it's going to be a spiritual upgrade. We are spirits having a human experience. And so there may be differences in how we perceive, how we receive, how we communicate. And that's all going to require you to trust yourself, to surrender, to let go, to have a laser focus, to understand the importance of divine timing. Come on, tap screen. If you're here in YouTube, you got to let people know. Share, like, and subscribe. Hit the love button. Hit the like button. Do something here to know that we are awake and aware, because that's our giving part. Okay? And so it's about shifting. So your mindset's going to have to shift. It might attach itself or be attached. The shift might attach itself to your emotions. Mm-hmm. It's going to pull you from left to right with your energetic vibrations. Come on over to YouTube if you are not a subscriber, on TikTok, because on TikTok, our Sunday brunch is subscriber only. And if you're here on YouTube and you are a subscriber over on TikTok, you do get your readings for $11.11. All right. So when things shift, that means there's a lot of other things going on to create some change. There's going to be some shifts in relationships. There's going to be some shifts in our government, in our world. There's going to be some shifts in nature. And my pardon, because I got to look up my notes. A lot of things I was writing so quick and putting it on paper so I can have it on my computer so I will never lose it, and write notes. And so I'm going to be referring to my notes today. There's going to be some shifts in the cosmos. Why? Yep. On the 12th, we have a full moon. There's a full moon in Leo, right? So the cosmos are shifting. So whatever is happening above is doggone sure going to happen below. So these shifts are going to provide you with opportunities to see things about yourself, see things about others. It's going to, and especially with this, and I don't claim to be an astrologer, but I understand the importance of paying attention to our planetary shifts, what the planets represent, what's the energy of a specific planet, and what that planet in my chart might be trying to tell me. So I also admonish you to be mindful of these generational changes that are happening, because a part of this planetary shift, right, is that Aquarius is in opposition, right? Very detached. So there's some things you're going to have to detach from. Leo is very loud and very boisterous, but also about letting somebody know, or in having it in community. Whereas your Aquarius is more detached. So learning how to be able to manage this shift, manage what part of you in community can still be individual, or what part of you individually can meld well with the community. So we're not going to go through all of those things, because throughout the week in your to-go box, these things will be unfurling or unraveling for you. All right. So shifting is the conscious and energetic movement from one state of being to another. And now it involves releasing your outdated crap. You can't hold on to this and receive new. Or there may be some things in the past that no longer, you do not have the same attachment to. You're learning how to detach. Your mindset and your emotions and your vibrations, it's important as this shift or shifting happens, that you be mindful of your alignment in these areas. Ooh. Yes. Shifting your mind and your emotions. So I want you to think, remember, the shift is happening above in the cosmos, in the ethers, as well as below, here individually and collectively. So you'll know, because you'll begin to see shifts in paradigms, in systems, right? What are systems? Your government, your media, your how things are communicated, right? You'll begin to see shifts there. You'll begin to see how the things on the outside begins to affect your world. Will it take you off your square? Will the emotional shift put you in a position where you're frozen? Or will you be in alignment to hear, see, and know what Spirit is saying to you in this shift? And again, It's very important this week because the full moon is full mooning on the 12th. When we are in that shadow period, it's usually a little 3 days before and 3 days after that the full moon energy or any moon energy is um, is prevalent. So moving up to the 12th, what are some of the shifts that are taking place in your mind? What is spirit asking you to trust? What are the emotional things that are happening as a result of the information that is being shared with you that you may not have seen? The information from last week, where we're talking about the habits, the people, places, and things, or even further back with our collaborations and our consistencies. Are we together? And so, with that being said, Spirit always provides us with or provides me with instruments, right? And again, we have that our pre-shuffle videos that are in on YouTube, and so you can see how this pre-shuffle, these cards are going to be used to unwind or to reveal or to help us to learn during the shift. Now, the shift is not just this week. But this is what's going to be, that's why this week is important for you to be mindful of it using these tools. Now, you can come back every day, and this is your wellness plan for February 9th through the 15th. And please, if you are not a subscriber on TikTok, please join us here on YouTube for free. Okay? Now, why is it important, do you think? And I know you can't answer me. You can answer me in comments. You can do that. But why do you think it's important for us to have instruments and guidance? Why do you think that's important for us to have instruments to use that are by the hello, Queen of the Enchanted Forest? Greetings. Why do you think it's important for us to have that information? And one thing I can tell you as a master facilitator is this: as we are adults, our learning habits change, right? Hey, it is what it is. How are you here on YouTube? Yes, Witchy Sarah. Hello, hello. So we have all of our friends here, not all of them, but we're grateful that you're here. So the question is, why do you think specific instruments are necessary? Right? And I think they're necessary because spirit has to always allow us, because when we can't hear it initially, we can always go back to refer to. And as a master facilitator, the learning skills or the learning styles of adults are different. Some of us read it better, some of us hear it better, some of us like it written down, and some of us like to see it and participate in it, right? Thank you so much. Is that for a reading, Zena, for you this morning? Because we're going to do readings just as we get past this. If you have the time, and if you are in a rush, let me know. All right, so we need to be hear, see, know. We need all of our senses to be employed, right? So that we are better able to see, understand, absorb, and revisit what we have. Because you know how when you eat, sometimes you eat, and when it's gone, it's gone. Once your body gets what it needs, it's gone, right? But we want to be able throughout the week to use our spiritual to go boxes. And Zena, are you in a rush or do you need to have your reading done now? Let me know, because we're going to go right through this as quickly as possible so we can get to that and stick to our schedule of being here from 11 to 12:30. So let me know. All right. And so in order for us to shift into this new reality that it's happening, right? You cannot allow yourself to be controlled by your five senses, which you can hear, see, taste, touch, and smell. All right. And so these instruments give us a picture and an oracle, a a deeper understanding of what Spirit is saying to you. And as you go throughout the week, and as you go throughout the week and you open up your to go box, your leftovers, spiritual leftovers, begin to open up. What you hear right now will not necessarily be what you're going to hear on Tuesday or Monday. It may make something different because as you're in alignment and as you're receiving, you're going to have a different perception of that. All right. So we're going to go right through that. So we're going to go to the oracle messages that Spirit has given us. And it's crazy because it's a few cards, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, two of each instrument. The first one that we've had this one before this week, and it never stops. Spirit really wants us to be mindful of our inner child. Let me turn this around here so you all can see it. Of our inner child healing. And why would inner child healing be important? Because it asks you to heal some old wounds. It asks you to recognize what you might be going through, right? Or holding on to. Remember, because we're shifting, what are you holding on to that that is holding you back from emotional freedom? What is the pain? What might be the um, the trauma that you're holding on to consciously and unconsciously, right? What might be the pain that you're holding on to that's preventing you from moving to your next step? Because that's the very thing. This unhealed trauma is the very thing that prevents you from moving forward and receiving the blessings, next card, of what Spirit is saying. So when you shift, one of the first things Spirit says, you have to let go of things that no longer serve you. Because if you don't, you are holding up your blessings and your abundance. True abundance comes when we release things that no longer serve you. If this is all of your cup, and this much of your entire cup is filled with energies of density, then there's no room to receive the abundance. So as we're shifting, as we're growing, as our pardon me, as this week our mindset is being changed, as we are allowing our emotions, we're sitting in our emotions, as the energy vibrations are changing, we are also realizing there's going to be some things that come up for us that is not intended to hurt us, but to show us what we need. The shift. Remember, where does the shift happen? The shift happens in you. The shift is happening in nature. You're going to see it in the weather, right? You're going to see it in our country. You're going to see, because remember, Aquarius is responsible for generational changes, right? And this is the full moon, although it is in Leo, it has the implications of Aquarius, of Chiron, the wounded healer, right? And we already know that energy of Leo is fiery, it's sudden. So things are going to be happening suddenly, right? In your mind, your body, and your spirit. And so it behooves you to be mindful of what your childhood healing is all about so that you can begin to open up, right, for your abundance. It's not about what you can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. You're going to be transformed by the renewing of that, right? So it's going to be happening in nature as well. Okay. And so as that happens, the first place Spirit wants you to know that that's going to happen to you is the shifting of your perspective about your self-worth. I love me enough to, Remember, at the point of all decisions, we're asking ourselves and we're stopping before we do that habitual thing. I love me enough to, hey, Amethyst Rose, do what? You fill in the blank. And see, childhood healing allows you to look back at the things that you have allowed to hold you back. Release it so that you can be abundant. And so that practical application will be seeing that there's going to be a shift in your perspective about your self-worth and your deservedness. A lot of us don't feel that way because of our childhood wounds, and we cannot go forward simply because we don't feel worthy. And we'll open up that during the week. Now, what's an actionable step you can take this week? Write a love letter to yourself. Write a love letter and to your child, your inner child, offering it some love and gratitude. That's one thing you can do as these things come up. Remember that there's a shift that's taking place all over everywhere, right? And so the first two instruments want us to be mindful that you're going to have some sudden changes. There's going to be some emotional upheaval. There will be some people, places, and things that you might want or decide to let go that's going to cause you to feel a little some kind of way. All right? Thank you for being here. Now, the next cards or the next instrument tell us that it's not happening. This is not something that is not ordained. The number is 44. It's a divine matrix. And a matrix is like a big spider web or fabric, right? Like tool, right? Some things get caught in it, something it's a fabric. And what you do adds to the fabric of this matrix. You can create in it because once you know that you're being led and guided to all truths, you're not going to believe everything that's coming up. And remember, how is this shifting our divine matrix? How is this going to shift how you think, how you hear your human experience? And I'll just read this. The divine matrix just represents that interconnected web of energy that binds all existence. We're not talking about what man said. We're not talking about or what was provided for us. We're talking about the divine, the most high. It was here before everything. And when we understand that, we can begin to bridge what's happening on the physical, which along with what's happening in the spiritual. We're not being taken off guard because we see something that looks like it's going to be a killer, but Spirit says, those are the things that I need for you to understand. You got to pull your energy back from the distractions because it's the distractions that will pull you out of the divine matrix. It will not let you see that you are capable of creating your own reality. It will not let you see what is false and what is not true. It would only let you see what has been designed to take you off your square. So stay in the matrix. Understand this fabric. Understand your threads, how you are creating your own divinity by the words of your mouth. The divine scripture says, create in me a clean heart. Create in me a clean heart and renew the right spirit, the divine matrix in me. Because right now, because we are going through this inner child wounds and revelations and healing, I need that. I'm cleaning out. And I need the renewal. And as the renewal comes, it is a blessing and it's abundance to me. And I begin to understand the importance and the power of my thread in this web. Ooh, child. And why is that important? Because it's designed for you not to use this. I haven't forgotten you. It's designed for you not to use it. This is what in this you can create your own. Where I put the card in the divine matrix, baby. You create your own experiences. In the divine matrix, you access your own higher wisdom. In the divine matrix, you align with your soul's vibration. All of it is a part. But remember, the divine matrix is happening. All of this shifting is happening in our country or in the world. It's happening in nature. It's happening in you. It's happening in the cosmos. So with all that shifting happening, you're not going to you don't rely on your belief system. Don't rely on what you've heard in the past. Don't rely on that because it's all a tall tale. And because we're going to be going into this full moon in Leo that does things quick and sudden, and don't forget, we in the year of 9. And in the Orisha world, Oya, with the weather, Oya, sudden, even with deaths, physically, mentally, all of these things are coming up. But Spirit says, I'm also going to provide you with the truth in all of this. You see that 35? See that number 35 and the color around that number, that blue, that communication? So what's going to be communicated to you and through you, you have to be on point. What is coming forth this week that's going to shift your perspective in government? And what possibly are the medias going to be saying to get you off of your game, to shift your perspective so that you don't trust yourself? Because it too knows about the divine matrix. And it's struggling to keep a lie alive. So it is both universal intelligence that guides our spiritual awakening. So you'll be able to see some things. The Spirit says, I'm going to show you some things, but I don't want you to get caught up in it. I want you to know that as evidence as to what I've been telling you. I might not give you all the deets. You might not know all the intel, but what you will know is I will place you divinely in places, tell you to do things that are perfect for you, and you've been praying for them. But I want you to be mindful. You ain't the only one that know about the divine matrix. So your relationship and letting go those things that no longer serve you is important, because that's where you're going to create space. You're going to create abundance. You're going to create blessings and blessings for yourself in the midst of the shift of the world, of the energy, of the nature, of the cosmos. I'm going to lead and guide you into all truths. What's an actionable step to stay in the divine matrix? Hmm? Let's talk about tall. Here's the thing. When you get the tall tales, is not about also the tall tales that is happening in the collective. What are the illusions that you're telling yourself about yourself? What are you lying to consciously or unconsciously to yourself about that keeps you in a place where you cannot remain blessed, where you cannot be free from those that healing, where you can allow the healing to heal you? So the question for you this week, while you're creating, Spirit's going to show you those areas that you have kept yourself in an illusion. Huh? That's a master number. Was that the 33? No, that's a 35. I'm sorry. I thought it was a 33, but it's 35. That's an 8. An 8 is about spirituality. It's about infinity. How long are you going to keep yourself in a tall tale telling the same thing? So this just represents the false narratives, the lies we are being told, that we tell ourselves, right? That we're here to rectify, cleanse, clear, and clarify, right? So that's that. We're going to move on. All right. What's an actionable step? Speak truth with confidence this week. When it comes to telling the truth, when it comes to creating what you need, make sure that you are speaking the truth in love. And you can't know the truth until you face it. So there's a lot going on this week. Now, why is that important? Because if we're not grounded, if we're not in a position as empaths, as people who are highly sensitive, as we receive the downloads from the Most High, we have to be in position, just like it was last week. As Spirit was saying, when I talk to you, when we're together, the habit, how much time are you spending with me? That now I lay me down to sleep. I pray to the Lord, my soul to keep that ain't working no more. We have elevated. I need you to be in a position not only to be there, but also to say yes. Because you know your old you said, girl, you know the last time you got up in front of people tried to say something, you won't feeling like, don't do that. That's that shadow, those illusions. Spirit says, suddenly I'm going to put you in some position. Suddenly, you're not even going to like certain things. Suddenly, you're going to let some things go that you're like, where in the world did that come from? And out of I love me enough to, I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to stay grounded. Does this make sense? But grounding is essential in shifts, because when the ground starts moving, when your world starts moving, and you're trying to keep your footing, and there's nothing to hold on to, Spirit will tell you, sit down, just sit, don't say nothing, or lay down, do something. When there's shifts happening, you have to be in position. That's the importance of releasing. And the last two cards are, let me give you an action. We'll talk about the actionable steps and all of that later, because I want to do some readings. But listen, as you're going through these things, there's going to be some times, baby, this week when your angels are going to be with you, but you're going to have to let some things go. You know why? Because when you're healing yourself, or when your mind, body, and soul is going through a transition, some things are going to set you off. Walk it out. Remember, the shift is mental, emotional, physical. Maybe you need to start walking. Maybe suddenly, Leo and full moon energy, you decide to be abundant in taking care of your health. Please. Because with this shift, it shifts what we eat, what we desire to eat. Sometimes you can be so emotional that you fill your body with dense energy, a bunch of stuff that don't work for you. We're being aware of that. You might not, you might have been saying, you know what, I need to get out there and just start walking, just to move. Look at the number. A 2 plus an 8 is a 10. Starting something different, because the ancestors and the angels are with you. And look how big you are. Look at the stature compared to a tree and a bird and the buildings in the back. You have to walk it off. You have to let go. You have to see yourself feeling some kind of way about letting go of something that you didn't want to let go, or doing something that you wanted to do, but you find it hard to do. Spirit says, but it's you gotta let it go. You can't hold on to the past and be blessed. because the things from the past are now rancid, actually. It's a 9. See, 3 plus 6 is 9. It's time to decide I'm done. What? A 9 and a 10. Spirit says, let go, 36, that's a 9. Let go of the past and begin to walk in the right direction, number 10, to create new beginnings. Come on, you can't. You can't. Now we're going to take a quick break right now, simply because we always want to do the readings, but I wanted you to know what the overall energy is. And after we do this reading, and if you are a subscriber here on TikTok, your readings are always 11:11. Or if you are a subscriber from TikTok on YouTube, your readings are also $11.11. All right, and so we have Queen of the Enchanted Forest here, and we're going to do a reading for her. I hope this is opening up for you, right? Because we're going to ask some questions to see if you've been listening. And you know I like to reward my listeners, right? The overall energy for the week, the definition for it, how it affects not only you, but everyone else, the planets, the earth, the government, these exponential sudden changes, and the energy of Oya, which is my girl. I mean, I'm not going to say that, but yes, I've been called to that many times when it's thundering and lightning, and she's in control of the weather. she affects the weather. What's going to happen in the weather? We've had someone die, and I saw this on a let me get the cards. I'm still talking. We had Irv Gotti to pass away this week. We'll need the Queen of the Enchanted Forest. Pardon me. Okay, Irv Gotti died. I saw this on on another. I love this YouTube creator, and she was talking about it. And I'm like, oh my God, I just watched it this morning, right? So I try not to watch anything relative to the week so that I can have a clear understanding. But afterward, I always like to see what the planetary alignments are and all of that. And this morning she was talking about the year of the 9 and sudden deaths and all of these things that are happening and what's going to happen. Be mindful of sudden deaths physically this week, not to fearmonger, but to understand the planets. And he died at 54, and 5 and 4 is a 9, right? And so what might else be? Death is about transition, but there is a physical death from this life to another. There's transition of releasing things that no longer serve us. All of those things, right? Be mindful of seeing the number 9. We're in the year 9, right? So we're going to ask the Queen of the Enchanted Forest to say, I'm here. Let's try my phone. Yeah, be safe out there, okay? I thank you so much. Thank you, Queen of the Enchanted Forest. Yes, yes, yes. And if you are interested in getting a read, for those who are not a subscriber on TikTok, your reads are only $22.22. But if you are a subscriber on TikTok, then they're on $11.11. Take a deep breath in for me, Enchanted Forest, Queen of the Enchanted Forest. And while she's doing that, we're going to ask everyone on YouTube not to use... Oh, good. Not to use the comments, because that is solely for the Queen of the Enchanted Forest. Here on YouTube, please continue to engage, like, share, subscribe, touch the like button, the love button, the 100% button, the share button, all of that. Thank you so much, Diana. Who else is here? If you are here, Diana, Richie Sarah is here. One more person. Take a deep breath in. Queen of the Enchanted Forest. Thank you. What is the information or the message for the Queen of the Enchanted Forest today? Can you feel the victory spirit? It says. Can you feel the lightness from when you do this and when you do that? It brings to me the thought, Queen of the Enchanted Forest. It brings to me when I say, when you get to the point of decision, when you have to make a decision, ask yourself, do I love myself enough to whatever you were going to do? It feels like you made some kind of determinations and you feel lighter. And spirit, like, does that feel better? Do you feel lighter? Not even knowing the outcome of your decision, just noting what is happening in your mind and your body. The release, the blessings, and the abundance when you release or you deal with yourself. She said, yes, I wrote it down. Yes, at that point. So there must be a decision that you are making, or you've come to some kind of transition. You're putting death to one thing and life to the other, even though you may not have, or you may have already said it, done it, but there is a clarity that has come, and spirit says, how you like that? That's what it's supposed to feel like. Just knowing. And I can tell you how that feels, because when overwhelm comes, right? When we're holding on to things that don't belong to us, it's like this chain. It's too much stuff around us. You're thinking about this person, you're holding on to this love, you're trying to fix this, you're trying to clear that. You can't do all of that. You have to walk it off. Spirit says the first place you walk it off is in your mind. Let this, create in me a clean heart and renew the right spirit. Let's get some cards on these. Now, this is the cards of the Oracle of Seven Energies. I love Colette Baron Reed. All right. Let's see what Spirit wants to say. Thank you, Archangel Michael. You'd allow me to just shuffle a little bit, get my situation. But thank you, Archangel Michael, for Queen of the Enchanted Forest. As Spirit has told us, the release that comes with making a decision that fits our highest needs. What is it that you want her to know, be mindful of, and how do you want her to move forward? Archangel Michael, unfold the truth. Close encounters, and that's the 10. Now, I want you to really notice that there's a beautiful cage. That's a gorgeous cage. And there's a butterfly inside the cage. Let me look at the card before I can feel what I'm saying. There's a butterfly in the cage, and there's a butterfly on the outside of the cage. But one can't get to the other, because as pretty as the cage is, it's still a cage. But Spirit says things are coming to you, number 10. Things are coming to you that are already developed. These are not cocoons. These are not caterpillars. This is a full-grown butterfly. A full-grown butterfly that's being protected. See, when you're in the safe, when you put something in the safe, can't nothing get to it. Now, this is a safe, so to speak, to me. This is the way I see it, because you can see what's coming in, but Spirit wants you to be able to determine without being overwhelmed what you need to do. Remember, this week, Spirit says you are creating from a divine matrix. And it's not important any longer for you to hold on to things that no longer serve you. What are the lies you've been telling yourself? Or what are the lies you are being told? I see you. So whatever you need is coming towards you. And it doesn't require a lot. The way I see it is because that butterfly on the outside may be a smaller butterfly, but it's already developed. That's a situation that looks like it could be helping one another, but you may not be ready right now. You see it coming, or it could have come, and you almost would have. But because Spirit says you may have walked it off, or you may have just gotten grounded so that you are able to see exactly what Spirit has to say to you. Let's see what you want her to be mindful of. Does this make sense? So I got chills. It's about quieting the mind. That's what I want you to be mindful of. Because even though you can see possibly and you're being protected, don't allow what you can see to take you off your square. I need for you to maintain. I need for you to be on your square. I don't need for you to be pushed and pulled by every wind and doctrine. I need for you to see what's coming. And you a big girl. You've been in this cage. I've been showing you, and I've been giving things to you, and allowing things to get close enough to you so that when the thing does happen, you'll already know. You've already been being mindful. You have continually understand that things are changing, and it's important for you to be in alignment, because without that alignment, you're going to fall and make a mistake that you probably would regret. How do you want her to move forward? I told the truth. I'm from Jamaica. How do you want her to move forward? Ooh. Keep on healing. That's the shift for you this week. That's why, to me, this card of close encounters, there may be some things that came up related to the heart that got like, oh, I almost made that decision. It almost happened. Spirit says, I want you to continue to work in this childlike inner child healing. I want you to acknowledge and sit with the emotions that will come up this week. I want yourself to realize that what was in the past was there to show you that you do not have to maintain the pain of the past in order to receive the wisdom from the past. Everything is happening for a reason, and you're doing the work. A 2 plus a 3 is a 5. This is all about your heart chakra and guiding or guarding. And it could be romantic. It could be just the healing that you're doing. It could be coming out of old paradigms and ways of thinking. This shifting, why didn't it happen to me? I won't say why didn't it happen to you. This is what I'm hearing. Why didn't it happen when I thought it should happen? Spirit says, because I'm protecting you. I'm allowing you to see without everything getting at you. Now, there's some things that can get through. There are some things that can get through that cage. But whatever is big enough to get through this cage, you can handle that. It's the smaller things that Spirit wants you to be mindful of. Because I don't want your heart, right? Your heart to be pulled into something that is a pain of the past. I don't care if it's parenting. I don't care if it's romantic relationship. I don't care if it's with you and your job, you and someone else. Whatever it is, don't allow the pains of the heart or your heart to get so emotionally involved that it's not balanced. Does that make sense, my love? I certainly hope it does. That it does. Because listen, it's in these times that Spirit's going to show you something this week. When we are in the quiet, right? That is when we can hear. Very, very much so. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine. I'm so nosy, but I just feel this cage is this bird cage. She's not only see because she's the empress of the enchanted forest. Doesn't that look like where the I mean, excuse me, the queen of the enchanted forest would live in a beautiful protective cage where the things that could get into her, she could watch swat them, but she has to still have the ability to see what's going on around her as she is changing, as she is recreating in the matrix, and that she is also being mindful. Where's the other card, Spirit? She's also being mindful of those tall tales that she's telling herself and tell others. Wait a minute, Maisha, wait a minute. That's a wait a minute moment. Wait a minute. I love that. You're in a safe, and everything in a safe or in a cage is protected. Valuable, I mean. I trust that this message has been helpful for you. It has for me. Thank you. I know I'm being a little greedy, but I took a little bit of that off that. I ain't take it off your plate, but you dropped the crumb and I sure caught it. Thank you so much, Queen of the Enchanted Forest. And I certainly hope that that reading was a blessing to you. And if it was a blessing to you in YouTube and or in TikTok, I need for you to say at Queen of the Enchanted Forest, thank you. That was delicious from the Divine Chef. The Divine Chef presented her with a meal that was just for her. And because the meal is so big, and she got her to-go box. And as you open it this week, you're going to see more and more. You're going to look at the cards. You're going to remember what Spirit told you. You're going to be able to eat from your to-go box all week. But while she was putting it in her to-go box, she dropped a little morsel. While she was drinking out of her divine goblet, the message, a little bit I caught it. I got mine. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. I would love to talk to you soon, very soon. I would love to just be back into that coaching part. If that is something you'd be open to, that would be great. All right. And we can do it just for 4 weeks. Right. We have the flip the script. Um, um, coaching module to kind of get back into the swing and get some more things that you may need. All right, so let me know. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. I love that message. And just to reiterate, close encounters, note the number. Mhm. Then we have quieting the mind, note the number, note the color. That's communication. Right? And the last card that we had was number 23 about the heart changing, some changes that are going on within the heart space. And that's for all of us. Everything that's going to be happening is going to first affect us in the heart, whether we can deal with it, how emotionally we attach to it, whether we're going to forgive or move on, or those kind. Also, all of us. Thank you. I love you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you for your patience and waiting, Queen of the Enchanted Forest. Now, as that, and they're saying thank you on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the Queen of the Enchanted Forest. I love this. I can't take my eyes off of this card, though. This is the one, y'all. Because I think I was listening. I've seen her, but I listened to an entire video on YouTube. B. What's her name? Something B. B somebody. And she was having an interview with a gentleman named Jason. And it all, she B, what is her name? B Simone. Thank you. Yes. B Simone. And she had this interview with Jason. I forget Jason's name, but he taught, he helps young men and men to understand themselves and be better partners. Right. And he wrote a new book and they got together. Did anybody see that interview? But one thing he told her, he said, and he was very ill, he was sick, but he was determined to be on that interview with her simply because he knew that Spirit was leading him to say something very special to her, although she thought that they were going to be on and the interview with Jason. And Jason is a African American man who has a gray beard, very fine. He married, don't worry about it. But at the time I didn't know. I was like, "Come on, Jason, how you doing?" Okay, anyway. And so he finally got to the part, and it really shook him up. It brought him to tears how he had to go get IV drugs and all of these things to be okay, to fly, to come to give her this message, although she didn't know that the message was going to be what it was. But it was about that God had her safely, he had her in a safe, protected at this moment from the things that she probably could not see for herself. Thank you. And he said, everything that's in a safe is of value. You are being protected from some people, some places, some things, some situation during the shift in your life. The shift is this ascending journey that you're on. There's certain things that will not come to you, but you may be able to see them depending on where Spirit has you in your journey. And that's what this reminds me of, this beautiful cage, because it don't look like a jail. It's very ladylike, it's very feminine, it's very pretty. It doesn't make me feel like I am bound to anything. And I think that's what Spirit wants us to know in this shift, if this shifting energy of February 9th through the 15th. That there's going to be some things that I've been showing you the entire time. And you suddenly, full moon in Leo, are going to see it. You're going to suddenly make a decision. You're going to suddenly decide something. You're going to suddenly understand, I love me enough to. What will that be? What freedom are you going to have this week as a result of your inner child healing? What freedom, what abundance, what blessings is your healing that you've been doing? Right? You're going to see Jason Wilson. That's his name. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. She says, yes, I need to walk away from my past. I need to clear out some things, and I already know what they are, according to the reading from the Enchanted Forest, Queen of the. I already know. I've been working on them, but it's been kind of hard. This week, I don't think it's going to be hard. Come on, Asian Empress. This week, I think you're going to be able to see it clearly, cut the chains, and walk off. This week, I think what has been hard for you in the past to let go, I think you're going to see it real quick, and you're going to say, yep, you know what? I'm done. I'm working in my divine matrix that is designed for me to always be successful. What? What? Divine matrix? You see that 44? That's a master number. So as you're cleansing and taking from, because remember, create in me a clean heart. That means I'm releasing unforgiveness. When you release unforgiveness and you get into grounded, you already know you're protecting your energy. You're connecting to nature. And remember, nature is shifting too. What? Let me see what I put down for nature shifting. Unusual weather patterns. We talked about that. Right? I just heard something. Hey, Tasha, you're next. Unusual weather patterns. So the shift is not only taking place in us and in our country and in our world and in the cosmos, it's taking place in nature. So remember the nine, the Oya energy. So it's going to take place in the weather. It might be natural disasters. It might be snowing at the beach. Now, we're not talking about what happened in the past. We're talking about from the 9th through the 15th. We want to be mindful of the shift that's happening also in nature. Notice the birds, the ducks, the geese. If you have deer, notice what the animals, how they're migrating, where they're going. Notice that there's a shift in our ecosystem. It has to be when the snow is showing up at the beach, and it don't show up at the beach. Huh? How may this tall tale show up in nature or in us? Chaos. See, because when lies, a tall tale is illusion coming from something's going to be revealed. Watch what happens this week in this week, past week, this week, literally this week. And I'm gonna say it with a surety because that's what Spirit says. There's going to be some shifts. That don't mean for you to go over to the media and start looking and once you get over there, it's gonna suck you in because it's gonna be so real that it's gonna attack your heart chakra. When you look at a lot of information about people dying and houses burning and water killing and all these kind of things, it touches your heart. And I'm not saying don't allow your humanity to show, but be aware of the ploys that are taking place to draw you into dense energy so that you can get off of your high vibration. Because once you come out of your high vibration, anything can attack. Ooh. And Pluto is in Aquarius anyway. Generational changes to society. I need you to think about that. So in nature, when you're out by the trees, when you're out under the sun, because for a melanated person, it is intended that this cold weather be. Our energy comes from the heat. It comes from the sun. It comes from the light. If you think that it's not a tall tale that things are being manipulated so the masses can be taken off their square and not hear, see, and know, and they can pay attention to what the beast, the energy of man, is doing. Anything that is man-made is what I categorize as the beast. And so as the beast keeps moving and you're in that container, following and doing what it is suggesting, guess where you're going to be? Right down with the downfall. So not only be mindful of the tall tales that you tell yourself, be mindful of the tall tales that society will be talking about this week. If there be a sudden change, a sudden transformation, deaths, climate change, the same feelings that you're going to have inside of you from releasing things that no longer serve you. So don't get it twisted. It is important. Here's a good example. Last night it snowed here. Not a lot. I mean, it was snow, right? We used to snow. But it snowed here. I had no idea. I ain't heard nothing, ain't seen nothing, and been nothing. I ain't heard nothing, ain't seen nothing. I said. Then I got a phone call that says, oh, to inform me, oh, I got to hurry up and get to where I'm going because I came out of the building and it's snow and I didn't even recognize it. And I said to myself, oh, it's snowing? Now, I'm just giving you an example of when you are grounded and when you're not paying attention to everything around you. This is just an example. You've been doing all the things that you all happy until and I pulled back the curtain and saw the snow. I'm like, oh Lord, I didn't even know. Sometimes, or oftentimes, all the time, we are so protected as we receive information. The curtain has been pulled over the destruction in our lives, for our families, for because we are doing the work, because you have said yes, that you don't even know what's happening out there in the world. You don't even know that you just was protected from something that could really have taken you out of here. So your alignment this week is important. I want you to be informed, but I want you to ask yourself, do I love myself enough to let this thing go? Hold on to these things, consume this, watch this, believe this, your mouth, the gossip. As enticing as some of these subjects will become, are you going to overindulge in the participation of the harvesting of your energy? I said it. Because see, when a tall tale come up, it's usually juicy. It gets everybody's attention, right? And it could be true. I'm not saying it's a lie, but it could be a lie. It could be the truth. But your engagement in it can cause you to put yourself in a position of being off kilter. Y'all better tap the screen. I can't hear you. I can't hear what you're saying. You can't sit here and just eat and Okay, Tasha, it's your turn, baby. Tasha is going to get a reading. Thank you so much for your patience. We're going to do a reading for Tasha. Y'all know, wait a minute. That's what I said, Maisha. Wait a minute. That's a lot, coach. That's what I'm telling. That's the point of having the focus, the divine guidance for the week, and how it's going to continue to open up for you in your to-go box this week with these tools. You're ready. She said, I'm going to be honest, I'm struggling with a breakup. Yes. See, this is suddenly, and see, here's what I know. I feel like that cage was for you too. I do not feel like, and I don't know your situation, I just feel like that cage has been revealing to you all the time while you were growing, and suddenly you made a decision. You made the decision. That doesn't mean that the decision that you made feels good, right? But when you make a decision to release something that is important to you, you open up the blessings and the abundance on the other end. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Do you want me to go from that end? Let me get the right cards. This is for my baby, because what we're not going to do, this just fell out. And I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but it fell out, so I'm going to show you. Seeing beyond. We got that card this past week, I think. Seeing beyond, with the seer, remember? A part of our, with the habit, seeing beyond what is happening right now, because beyond the pain, beyond the breakup, beyond the releasing of what no longer serves you, is the fabric of your life. It's been waiting. The cage is, you've been in this beautiful cage, protected, being able to see some things and make some good decisions. And the ultimate decision was that I deserve more for myself. I am worthy. Spirit, give me the Haitian Empress. Are these the tools for Haitian Empress? Haitian Empress. Haitian Empress. Haitian Empress. Yep. All right. We got some different ones for you. And all of these tools that I'm using are the tools for that Spirit called us to use for the week. So I'm not using other decks. These are the same 4 decks that we use for the pulling of. And this particular deck is asking you to trust yourself. Ooh, yeah. this is good. I feel all goofy and you know how you feel when you like, okay, then shoot. When you see something good, you can see it coming, but you can't exactly see what it is. Thank you, Maisha. You'll be next. You can't exactly see what it is, but you get that giddy feeling. That's what I'm feeling. See, before I opened the curtain, I didn't know what was outside. In other words, while you're in the cage or while you're being protected and while you're doing this thing, although you have to make you have to pull back the curtain to see, and it don't always feel good. The result, though, is you made room. You're gonna be protected and blessed. So I need for your gratitude to be on 10,000 this week. I need for you to give yourself praise, to give yourself love, because what you did was you released something inside of you. Not only are you giving yourself love, but the angels and the ancestors are saying, Lord, thank you. I'm so glad she invited us in. I'm about to open up this damn case. Is she ready? Stay grateful. All right. So, what is the message? Take a deep breath in through your nose, though, and release slowly through your mouth. Do it again. Exhale slowly. Just want to shuffle just for a few minutes, Archangel Michael, before you uncloak the truth. Take another deep breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Exhale slowly. Baby, passion is purpose this week. Passion is your purpose. Passion is your purpose. What's passion? The thing that you love the most. And it's crazy because Venus this week from with this new moon, Venus is trying, or that it's let's just say the energy of Venus is mixed all in this week, right? And Venus is about showing you the thing that you value the most, whether it is pleasurable love, but all of this is pleasure for you. Now that you have created space, your purpose is pleasure or pleasurable purpose. It is all about you. I don't want, Spirit says, for you to spend time looking back at this. I want you to know that you're looking through the cage, seeing that you did this. And look at the heart, look at the chain. The pleasure of you having big girl panties. And I love me enough to, I want you to continue to write, especially write this week to your inner child. That was one of the actionable steps that we can take. Write a letter of love of how much you love her and how much you're so proud of her and how she helped you to get to this point and you're healing. Write all of these good things down, Spirit says, because the pleasure is your purpose and your purpose is pleasure. So I need you to trust that your decision was the best thing now. It hurt a little bit because anything you take out, you kind of leave a little gaping hole. The Spirit says the hole is only there because I'm going to be providing you with more blessings and more abundance. Because what you did, I know Spirit says how hard that was, but you did it. Ooh, baby, baby. I don't know why they did that. All right, let's get the card. The pleasure is her purpose, and the purpose is her pleasure. Wholeness in everything. I heard that this morning. Wholeness in everything you do. Worthiness. I'm worthy of this. I'm worthy of that. I'm worthy of this, and I'm worthy of that, and I'm worthy of this. And that's where that smile came for me. That giddy feeling. What do you want her to be mindful of? I mean, no. Sorry. What do you want her to know? Let's get personal with it. Name your highest self. You know mine, Dominic Devereaux. I need for you to give your higher self a name so when y'all have conversations, you can talk real. You can be yourself. You can say what you want. You won't have to, I don't need to talk to God like that. Whatever your higher self name is, you need an intimate relationship with her this week. Look at what's up here. Your higher self is coming to walk through the door. You see the door? The door is opening. The heart is getting better. There's going to be information that's coming to your mind, right? So you're going to be able to read, to say something, to write, and become intimate with your highest self, intimate with your inner child. The gratitude that's coming as a result of you opening and not opening or creating or being a part of this divine matrix. You got new thread now, baby. You're divining different fabrics now. You calling in different energies. You've learned from these lessons in your life. So Spirit says, name your highest self. Let's get personal with our relationship this week. So now that you have created space, let me tell you what I've been trying to tell you all the time. Are you hearing me? What do you want her to be mindful or cautious, careful of? Is this writing again? Make a note of it. What's the number? The number is 37. And 34. 3 plus a 4 is a 7. This is a spiritual thing that's happening. This week is very important for you to be still, to take notes, to write down your thoughts, right? To write down how this shift is affecting you, to see how the decisions that you are making, right? How it's going to feel. Write down the notes. Stuff is going to come to you. Look at it. It's going to come to your head. The ancestors and the angels going to be speaking to you. Again, there's another pen. Is this making sense? Spirit. Pleasure. That's that sacral chakra below your belly button and on above your reproductive organs. That's where we normally hold our trauma or our pains, but it's also there that it holds our sensuality, where we can use our senses to bring pleasure. Go out and have a meal. Senses, the sense of taste, the sense of eyes. Go out and look at something that you want to have, or look at a movie, or go allow your eyes to be pleasured. If you need to go to a strip, okay. I mean, just whatever you need to do to make you feel pleasurable. In every sense of the word, do it this week and write about it. Ooh, step outside that line, moving forward. How do you want her to move forward? I quote the truth, Archangel Michael. Keep them on the table, please. Spirit says, I need for you not to just depend on yourself. I also want you to be able to have, look at people, places, and things. Look at the people and the examples in your life. What are you modeling? Right? 18. 1 and 8 is a 9. There's go that 9 again. So it might be a time, there might be people and places and things that you're looking at now will suddenly go away that don't have the same value, and that you may pick up other mentors and other models to pay attention to that's really going to change your life quickly. It's going to look at that's a flashlight, baby. And look over there. I see that's a battery. Your heart is going to be invigorated. So between your writing, because of, and I won't say, I can't say because of, but look how the decision that you have made that has made you feel that you feel low about it, you're struggling with. On that end, it might hurt, but look at the freedom within you that it has created. And that little bit of freedom that it created in you is now this week, as you allow it, it's going to allow you to experience more blessings, more understanding. You're going to write some things out. Your heart is going to open and your perspective is going to change. So let yourself sit in it. Let yourself feel it, right? But on the other side of feeling that healing that's going on within your inner child, I also want you to allow yourself to know. So I'm going to do this. And every single day, as you open up this to go box, there's going to be opportunities for you to step into your new, that renewed heart, that renewed mind, that clean heart that's been cleared out for what no longer serves you and presenting you with an opportunity. Can I be nosy and ask for one more? Can we get one more? Just overall for her. Because some knows, okay, that didn't take long. It's all about you and your angels. It's all about you and your higher self. This week is about you and you. You and the Most High. Look, call on your angels. Write down some things. And look at the angels all in the background. Come and look. Spirit God says, I'm talking to you. Go ahead and write this down. What? It says, I need for you to have us to have a closer relationship. Because if we don't have a closer relationship, ain't none of this gonna work, and you're gonna fall back into it. So I need you to get a mentor. If we need to talk, let's do that. I need you to look at something that's working the way that you want it to work and see the example. And let go of former mentors and former role models that have been playing in how you do things. Oh, I love it. I hope that was it was helpful to you. Oh, she said, definitely true. Thank you, Haitian Empress. And if this was a blessing to you, please say thank you to Haitian Empress in YouTube as well as on TikTok. Thank you. I feel that. Did you, anybody else get anything from that? Tap the screen if you can relate to that at all. Right? Because it is not easy to release people, places, and things that have been, you're welcome, love, that have been important to you. Or that, even though we know, even in a divorce situation, after leaving that, even though you know it's the right thing to do, you miss the presence, you miss certain things that you hadn't thought about that really now begin to suddenly remind you. And in that subtle reminder, and in those emotional times, sometimes we want to go back and second guess ourselves. I bet you better not. You bitches, right? Because that's when we have to sit in it and say, I love myself enough, possibly, to choose me. What? Yes. I'm running out of juice, y'all. Hold on for a second. It's been a day. I'm gonna tell you. I had set up my YouTube channel. I set it up so it can go, and then when I got to it, I didn't know how to turn it on. Then it messed up. Hold on a second, y'all. But you know what? What I know is nothing can separate me from what I'm supposed to do. It might delay it. Sorry. It might delay it, and then it might, expedite it, but nothing. You can't stop. You can't let your old self continue to tell you that you're unable to do certain things, because you are. I know I'm a mess. This is a mess, but we good. So this has been our read for the week. Maisha says, I choose me. Exactly, Haitian Princess. And Maisha, I choose me. And sometimes when we choose ourselves, it's not the norm, so it will feel uncomfortable. But just like habits, you have to do them repetitively, right? Until they are happening without you thinking about it. Okay. So Somebody tell me what's the energy of the week. I don't know I'll be able to give anything, but just tell me what the just want as a matter of review. What is the energy of the week? Hey Bougie B, come on over. If you're not able to get into TikTok, come on over to YouTube, Renee's Mess. And they're saying thank you over here to the Haitian Empress. Yes, Diana. The energy of the week is shift or shifting. And this is very important because in shifting for the divine soul, that's when we get the new downloads. That's when we have personal growth. That's when we are letting go things that are no longer serving us. That's why the card of the inner child healing is so important, because in this shift, there's going to be some things that you may be privy to or may be revealed to you, or you may, because of this full moon energy this week, you may be willing to do it quickly, fast, and you're like, oh my God, where did that come from? Spirit says, as an ascending soul, that is important to let go in this shift. So when you do let go, you will be able to receive the blessings and the lessons, right? And see how things in the past that that really for you didn't feel right, how now that you have a perception, oh, that worked out for my good. So yes, shifting. And throughout the week, I'm going to be putting up videos relative to this information. You will leave today's a Sunday brunch with a spiritual to go box. And the purpose of the spiritual to go box is so that you're able to eat all week off of this one divine meal. Now, the importance of our spiritual to go boxes is simply that they never get stale. As a matter of fact, every time you go to look at or use the tools or the meal or the what was given in your to go box, it gets even more better. It gets better. It's more exponential. It opens up where you would have seen one thing here when you looked at this card called the Divine Matrix. On Wednesday, when you look at it, it's going to hit you a different kind of way. When tall tales meant something to you here today about communication, not only the tall tales that you're telling and the illusions that you're telling yourself, but also what are the tall tales out in in nature, in the cosmos, in our country. And Wednesday there may be something that comes up. And this is the thing that you have to be proud of. It is not because I'm giving you this information, because I had to do what I needed to do in order to present it as your maitre d'. But as you receive it, you have to give yourself credit to know that you are in alignment. You are paying attention to what needs to be, so that eventually, even if it is the example we used early, it's snowing outside, but you have your curtains drawn so you're not affected by it. When you physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally begin to pull the curtain back as the shift begins to happen and the revelations are there, you will be like it was with Queen of the Enchanted Forest. You'll be protected in a cage that nothing can get to you that can get to you. And you won't make any preemptive steps because of your emotions. You won't try to get out of it, right? Because you are protected. And again, watch that B. Simone interview with Jason Wilson. You are very, very precious. And anything that is of any value here in this Venus trine this week, the pleasures, all right? We got Valentine's Day coming up. I'm taking care of me some me. I'm coming up with things that I can do, pleasurable things. Not anything because of that, but what if something just comes up emotional about that? How am I taking care of myself, so that when the curtain is drawn or when I see whatever it is that may come suddenly upon me, I'm already working and walking in high vibration? The shifting. So that's our reading. Hey, Mama Bear, how are you? That's our reading. I did want to give you some actionable steps for each one of these instruments, for each card. For the inner child card, we said the actionable step would be you could write a letter to yourself, offering yourself love and um, validating yourself, right? You could also do meditation and meditate and visualize yourself being embraced. Like this card, I love this card, being embraced. You see the child is being embraced here, right? Feeling safe. You see, because when you feel safe, you'll be more willing to open up and release something that no longer serves you. You'll also be more open for the blessings and the blessings and the abundance that will come. All right. So those are two things you can do. And if you would like a guide, I put it together. They're only $5. That's it. $5. Um, and then the guides, um, I think I'm for the week, it's only $15 for all four. Now, these guides are about things that you can do. Now, there may be these suggestions, and there may be additional suggestions. There's some affirmations for each one this week. You have 3 affirmations and all of that. If not, you can use some of this information. Um, the affirmation for the inner child is I embrace my inner child with love, releasing past wounds, and allowing divine abundance to flow abundantly and effortless into my life. All right. When it comes to the divine matrix, what are some of the actionable steps that you can make? Again, use your visualization techniques to keep seeing yourself in alignment and in the energy that you desire. Don't be talking about, Lord, save me from this, and Lord, I know these people crazy. Don't be talking. That's a lot of density that you're bringing up. Speak of those things that you desire. Do not speak of the things that you do not desire. Does that make sense? Ashe, ashe. And above all, with this divine matrix, and here's the divine matrix card, right? Because this is where we create. This is where you create your reality. All right. And if you're constantly speaking about deliverance from dense energy, then it's going to create that for you, right? In the divine matrix. Right. So create for yourself those things and use gratitude that keeps you in the energy of creation. Gratitude really keeps you in the energy of creation. Now, if you want to stop talking about, or you want to stop putting yourself in these, or you're recognizing these illusions that about yourself, the lies, if you told yourself, the lies that are going to be told to you by the exteriors, right? What is something that you can do? Use this affirmation and say, I release false narratives and I embrace my divine truth with clarity and confidence. This week, why don't you just do some journaling? Journal about some experiences, some past experiences, some limiting beliefs that you might have. Okay. When it comes to getting grounded, the affirmation, I'm grounded, I'm present, I'm fully open to the divine path unfolding before me. In other words, I'm looking forward and I'm not allowing myself to be pulled to the left or to the right. And if you are pulled to the left, to the right, you have enough in you to know, let me get back on course, because we're still learning, right? And so we're going to have sometimes to the left too long or to the right, but when we should know what the difference is when we're in the center, where we're in the middle. Okay. So this week coming up, we're going to talk about some pros and some cons and all of those things that it might be helpful to you. So I trust that the shifting has been this information in your to-go box, and all that you will have this week will be a blessing to you. If you would like to have a self-love guide for this week of shifting, please DM me. All right. give, and when you DM me, put it in your your email address. And again, it's only $5. But if you send me $15, I know that you want all four. You want the one for the self love guide for habits. You want the self love guide for shifting, and then the other ones as they come out, you will receive them as well. Okay, so $5 will let me know that you want this one. And if you want week 1 and week 2, it's gonna be $10, right? If you want week 1, 2, 3, and 4, it's only gonna be 15. All right. So email me, DM me, send me your email address. I'll know when you've paid based on you going to Cash App or whatever method of payment that you will use, and I will then send you that information. Okay. Is there anyone interested in receiving their self love guides? And it's just one little page of something that you can do this week or for each week. Because again, these energies may be important this week. They are important this week, but doesn't mean that next week that you're still not working on, or next month that you're still not working on some of these things. I'm still working on consistency and collaborations and minding my business and all of these things. And so to have a booklet that you can open up, that you have these lessons and these affirmations and these journal prompts. It will include journal prompts. It can be a very big help to you. So let me know if that's a blessing to you. I thank you so much. Continue to join us here on Sunday for Sunday brunch. We're going to determine at the end of February whether we'll be continuing them because of the amount of work that it takes to do this. So if you are interested and you want to continue these Sunday brunches, please make sure that you participate, get others to participate. And if we need to move our Sunday brunches to a platform where we can see one another, that is my greatest joy. I would love to go on to Zoom, have a wellness group, right? And that we can meet there every Sunday from 11 to 12, and maybe throughout the week sometimes, to recreate that wellness community there on Patreon. Let me know your thoughts about that. And I certainly thank you for spending time and allowing me to share information with you about the upcoming energy for February 9th through the 15th. Our wellness plan and focus is shift or shifting. Thank you so much. And as you leave today, I hope that you will really safeguard your to go box and keep me posted in the DMs and send me messages about how life is going. And if you are willing to go further, let's work together at a program I call the Path to Your Spiritual Awakening, or maybe we can work together in Patreon at Mastering Self. There are plenty of services that I provide that can be of an assistance to you as you are healing your inner child and moving through life. I love you all. I'm so grateful for you. And I trust that you will move through this week with the power and the worthiness that you are. Let's see. Coach, you left me on the bench. I left you on the bench. Oh, a reading. Did you get a reading, Maisha? I'm talking. Yes, Maisha. Coach. She said, Coach, you left me on the bench. My bad, baby. No, we not. My bad. We have one more reading to do. I'm so sorry. Say, I am here. Maisha, love. Oh, my mouth. I be talking. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm already 15 minutes over. I'm doing too much. But I'm never doing too much. I'm sorry. Say, I am here, baby. Maisha, thank you. We're gonna take this baby off the bench because she already hit a touchdown. Wait, Super Bowl tonight. Y'all gonna watch it? Good. Maisha, is this for Maisha? Maisha. Okay, Maisha. All right, Maisha, different deck for you as well. We're shifting from the trust deck to the angel guides. All right, so the angels want to talk to you. Oh, thank you. I'm about to go. I love me some of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, you and Diana, for being here today faithfully. I appreciate you too. But what I'm asking you to do right now, Maisha, to take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, inhale, relax your shoulders. Thank you, Most High. Relax. Keep doing that. And thank you for the energy surrounding Maisha. What is the message, Spirit, that you would have from Maisha? Ooh. Clear, cleanse, clarify. The message from Maisha. Spirit says, as you're calling your energy back, notice what happens around you. Because it's not enough for you to say, I'm going to call my energy back from people, places, and things. I want you to notice what happens when you literally call. I want you to see you calling your energy back. It's running back to you. And then there's a steel door that comes down, right? So that nothing can come back. I mean, so that it won't seep back out. But when, and I think we talked about this week, when you call your energy back, be mindful of the people, places, and things that suddenly arrive. Because you have cut off your energy, that's going to be an indication of what was taking your energy or what you were giving your energy to, and you have just cut it off. Does that make sense, my love? Spirit wants you to be mindful of where you're putting your energy, and and how you can call it back. But not only call it back, but see it, just like that cage we're talking about. I want you to see what's going to come towards you, or maybe it was a thought that keeps coming to. Where did that come from? You called your energy back from giving it away to those dense thoughts, those dense relationships, those dense people. So whatever comes to you, like it's coming out of nowhere this week, because again, the energy of the full moon in Leo is about sudden, right? Fiery energy. So be mindful of that this week for yourself. She said, oh, wow. Yes, it does. Cool. All right, Archangel Michael, thank you for my love here, Maisha, and her patience. Okay. Can you tell me what you want her to be mindful of, or what you want her to know this week? Okay. Trust the universe. Is there a number? There's not a number on that card. Trust the universe. You see that swirl? And this is what I like about these cards. This reminds me of the angels are always there. You see, that's like an infinity sign. It's always something is around. Spirit says, trust yourself. Trust that you are being led and guided into something that you may not initially see very clearly, but you have a knowing. So trust when you call your energy back. Trust when things come in suddenly that is getting your attention and it's telling you something. Now you may not understand it all, but that might be a good time to journal, so that later that it may come up for you and you can begin to further explore. Or in your personal to go box outside of the energy of this week, your personal to go box is reminding you that there is something that's going to come up, that, and maybe under normal circumstances you may not pay attention to it, but it's going to be evident to you. So when it becomes evident, Trust your initial feeling, what you're feeling. And then go before the angels, go before spirit, go before your higher self. Understand in meditation that this is a focus for you to learn how to trust yourself. He says, and I am a Leo. Yes, ma'am, Pam. And you know. Now, Leos, they go dun, 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 dun. I got Leo in me. I'm Cancer and Leo, baby. Now, how that happen? Now that energy, that Leo energy is is created. That's that sun energy, that illumination, that illuminating of thought, right? And a Leo's gonna say what a Leo gonna say, but they also typically need to have the community to say something back. There may be something or some person you're relying on to confirm what you're saying, but suddenly, right? So I don't need for you to be mindful of that because the Aquarius energy is in there too, that Aquarius energy. And Aquarians usually detach from stuff. And spirit might be asking you to detach from what is suddenly coming up or how you would suddenly react or whatever it is. You just know that spirit is asking you to trust yourself, or the angels are saying trust, and invite them in, because until you invite them, they don't come in, or they don't do what we would like for them to do. What do you want her to be mindful, cautious, or aware of, angels? Right? So when that thing suddenly comes in, spirit says, listen, I don't want you. You love yourself enough to be still and know? Do you love yourself to remember enough that we are working on something? Right? So in this week, it's going to be important for you to stay balanced. It's going to be important for you to be in a spirit of making things happen or resolving issues and staying in harmony. The Leo in you is going to want to ta ta da ta da. But the Aquarius, the Aquarian, is going to say detach. All right? If you're used to saying, doing, and doing, listen, there's another way of doing it. All right. So, but I need for you to trust that things are working out. As a matter of fact, start thinking about how in the past that you've trusted, right? And that things worked out. They had to have worked out at some point because you're still here. Get what I'm saying? Ooh, I feel it in my whole spirit. How do you want my baby to move forward? How, I can tell. Mm-hmm. Again, we're dealing with Chiron, the healing. Know that they are happening, and look at the is that not a cartoons, or look at the symbol of healing in her hand. That's an angel. So this is again, when these shifts happen, remember, when shifts happen, they come to help us in self-development. Self-development. And so there's going to be some things. This is all about healing. That's what it's about. It's about you catching yourself and knowing that I'm not trying to do anything but get better. And when I do that, I begin to create things in my life that I've been asking for. I make room then for the blessings, the blessings, and the abundance in my life. So it may be uncomfortable initially. You may have to look at the illusions that you've been telling yourself or putting yourself in a position of. But the truth will set you free. But first, you're going to be, she said, that's exactly what I'm working on. Ah, Shay, that's how in alignment you are. So this week, when it might get a little rumpy and a little bumpy, just know, remind yourself that I'm sitting in this, and I realize I'm learning to change my perspective. Let that Venus energy come up, where you are loving and pursuing the things that are of value to your mind, body, and soul. Right? Let's get one more. See, I like this middle card. I like the second card because the second card talks to us about what spirit wants us to be mindful, cautious, and aware of. And it looked like she's straight giving up. See her hands in the air? And as her hands, now this is the angel's wings, but the angels are admonishing you to release and to allow harmony to come in, right? This free flow. But look what happens around around her sacral chakra. It looks like this right here, something right here is coming and going into her sacral chakra, that part of her for pleasure, for healing her trauma. When you surrender, you're gonna get balanced. Let's get another card. I'm so damn nosy. Confirmation. Period. Another one. Last one. Get it one. Oh, here it is. No, I thought one turned over. Oh, here it is. You talking about love, and I think a Haitian empress was saying she's really having a hard time getting through a relationship breakup. When we release things from our body and our mind that no longer serves us, we begin to experience holy love, unconditional love. And the first person it comes from is us to us. This is what Spirit is saying to you this week. You're going to be able this week to experience as you shift, as you sit in comfortable and uncomfortable things, you're going to be able to experience what unconditional love is because you're learning how to give it to yourself first while you're manifesting, while you're healing, right? While you're becoming even tempered, while you're allowing things, you're taking your hands off of things. I love this. And I got to give you one more card. Why? Because because you was on the bench so long. I can take you off the bench. Can you give me which one of these tools would be the best for her final card? Ooh. And it takes me to the trust. It takes me to the trust deck. What is it that you want Maisha to trust this week? What's important for her to trust her own self about this week? Uncloak the truth, Archangel Michael, please. Trust that you are clearing this path for a bigger reason than you know. It might be feeling a little jacked up as you're clearing the path, but know that as you are clearing the path, not only are you doing the right thing, but look at the number two. You're not by yourself. You're clearing your path of some transformation. You're clearing your path in your money. You're clearing path in your studies. You're clearing path. Listen, and guess what? Not only are you by you doing the healing, you're clearing the path, but look what Spirit is doing. Putting that big hand. The angels, the ancestors, your divine team are going out there to make sure that because you're going for harmony, something has to go out before you. So this is important. It is so important that you stay in alignment this week. And you will see as you call back your energy that things are going to be revealed. And when they're revealed, just be mindful and know that Spirit and your divine team is going before you, clearing away some bullshit out of your life. And baby, the abundance is going to flow. Thank you so much. I like that with my nosy tail. You know, I had to go in there a couple times, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you for your patience. I apologize for overlooking or forgetting, but I hope that the message more than makes up. I hope that your to-go box is so abundantly filled with just what you need. Thank you so much. Did y'all get something from that? Say Maisha, Miesha. Thank you, at Maisha. Thank you. Girl, that right there. Because if we let go, see, as long as I had the curtain pulled and I didn't see what was happening, that it was snowing outside, I didn't even think about snowing. I didn't think about I got to get out and do something. I didn't overthink. See, but once the shift happens and it's revealed to you, you got to be in control of where you put your energy. Are you going to, like, oh Lord, I got to go out here. Oh, I should have done this. And Spirit says, I'm revealing it to you because I love you. And because I'm going to clear out. Where the card at? I'm going to clear out some things for you this week. And I'm going to allow you to see it. And I want you to rejoice and knowing that because you're in the right place at the right time doing the right thing, it always works out for your good. Thank you, everybody. It's time for us to go. We are way over time, but that's okay. Wishing abundant, unconditional love and nourishment, Maisha. Thank you. We all thank you for that. And with that same energy, I would like to thank everyone who has gotten a reading, who has tapped the screen, who has given a gift. Please know that these things are so appreciated by me. And not only are they appreciated by me, I can never give you the return on your gift. But because you have sowed into good, fertile ground, the universal life force will begin to show you what? Blessings, blessings, and abundant. I pray that over you this week. Thank you so much, you all, for being here. And don't forget this week to reopen your to go box and see how this divine oracle message has been for you or will carry you through. Don't forget to marry you. Be balanced, be inspired, and continue to grow. Have a great day.